This Under 5 Plus, well, it worked. Not great, but it worked. This is definitely in better shape than when I found it, but just wasn't quite what I thought it could be. So I did what any reasonable person would do. I tore it completely apart. And somewhere between the Core XY conversion, the custom toolhead, PCB Klicky, homemade 3-point Z-axis, an overbuilt electronics bay, and a motorized axis for the display, I realized I had created a monster. The plan was for a Mercury 1.1 conversion, take the Under 5 Plus frame and turn it into a Core XY machine. One of the things that pulled me into this project was the documentation. God, I love good documentation. Anyway, there was a lot of hardware, a lot of printed parts, and a lot of sorting, but it felt manageable, understandable. Y guides, separate towers, tension towers, X guide, it's just following instructions, right? I moved on to the E34M1 toolhead. It's AVA 3 for Mercury One. I found it through the I Love to 3D Print Facebook group, and I'm gonna need it to complete the belts. It's a modular toolhead, and that sounds simple, but what it actually means is options. And options means decisions. Lots of decisions. What hot end, what cooling, what probe, which version works with which. This is where the build shifted from just follow the instructions to figure out what the heck you're actually making. So this thing originally had a BL Touch, which is pretty straightforward, but I decided I wanted a Klicky probe. But not just your standard run-of-the-mill Klicky. I had to get a PCB Klicky. Of course. And apparently the mount for the EVA3 doesn't exist for a PCB Klicky, so I had to modify it. At this point, I was making decisions that future me was going to have to answer for. The stock Z-axis system seemed to be working perfectly fine. I looked at the Hydra, but I was going to see if I could make the stock parts work. So, free version of Fusion 360, extra lead screw, some console balls and magnets. I had a working prototype. It wasn't perfect, but it was something. And something is definitely better than nothing, right? Since I already went this far, I might as well stiffen up the base and decided to overbuild the PSU mount. And then there was the clipper host. I gave it its own axis. MGN 9 rails, lead screw, stepper motor, even a custom tilting hinge. Does it need to exist? Definitely not. Am I glad it does? Abso-freaking-lutely. Building this monster was one thing, but trying to make it actually work, getting it to move, home, understand where everything is, account for all the weird custom decisions I've made, it's a whole can of worms, brother.